Hi guys, welcome back to the Curly Reader. My name's Amanda, and today we're going to do a very belated September plan with me. So this is, like I said, very, very belated this month. The time just got away from me, and honestly, I've been in a bit of a creative funk lately, and I know I've mentioned that a couple of times on my channel, but just haven't really been up for much, so I just didn't get a chance to get this done before now. But I figured now is better than never, so we're just doing it today. Before we get into the September portion of the plan with me, I did put in right here a second page for my review books tracker. I have a page identical to this at the front of my planner that I was tracking all of my review books that I've been getting from authors that will send me books or from NetGalley, and I ran out of space, so I needed another chart, and so I just went ahead and added it here so that I would have it. It looks exactly the same as the one, like I said, at the front of my planner, but I just list out the titles of all the different books, and then I mark off when I read them and when I review them as well. I'm using my mild liners to do this color with, and then I just used a random black brush pen to do the title of it, and then I will go over the black with my white Uniball gel pen. I'm not loving the way that the Uniball gel pens are showing up. I want something that's a little bit brighter, but I haven't been able to find anything. So if you guys have any recommendations for a really good white gel pen that will show up on black, I would love to get any of those suggestions from you or recommendations. And then I'm also using my plastic nib micron pen to outline everything in. I did a really, really bad job of making sure everything was evenly spaced here, but it's fine. It is what it is. I've kind of gotten to the point with this year's journal that I'm not going for perfection. I'm just going for functional, and it is definitely functional. All right, and now we are starting the September portion of the plan with me. So I decided to go for kind of a camping theme this month. So I started with a campfire here, and you'll get to see some of the other things that I decided to focus on here coming up, but just kind of going for an outdoorsy camping theme. Here in Minnesota, September is definitely, we're starting to cool off. It's definitely fall, and we're just really enjoying spending evenings out by the fire, and so I thought that this would be a fun theme for September. I'm just using my Crayola Super Tips to do all my coloring within this month's theme, and then also outlining things with my micron pens. Most of the time I'm using my plastic nib. That's definitely my favorite one, but occasionally when I need a thinner tip, I will go back to the other pens as well. And here I'm just using my hard tip brush pen. I have found that I love this hard tip brush pen. It is so much easier to use than some of the other brush pens I've tried. So it will definitely be linked down below, as well as all of the other supplies that I used this month. All of it will be linked down below. All right, so now we're going on to my to-do list. I've changed this around a few months. It was kind of my plans and different, I had it broken out into different things, and now it's just a to-do list. So I sketched out a little hiking pack here at the bottom and colored it in once again with my super tips and outlined everything with my micron. This is one of the ones that I used a finer tip on. I think I used a 0.03 for this one to outline everything with, and then just use my super tips to color everything in and use the same hard tip brush pen to do the lettering. All right, and now we're moving over to my series September page. This is a readathon that is hosted by Krista from Books and Jams and Sarah at Sarah's Nightstand, and it's just kind of a month-long thing to get people to read books in series, make progress in different series that we're all in the middle of. And so they put out a little 3x3 bingo board that I decided to include in my journal here to see what I can do to fill some of those prompts. All right, and then once again, doing the lettering here with my hard tip brush pen. All right. Oh, and then I forgot that I wanted to add a few things on my to-do list here. So I knew that I was going to be reading The Only Plane in the Sky and Scarlet, And then I also knew that I needed to do my videos for my most anticipated releases. So that's what I added really quickly. And then we're going on to my Bookoplathon spread. All I did here was print off the Bookoplathon board. Bookoplathon is a month-long read-along that is hosted by Becca and the Books, where she takes her TBR game, Bookopoly, and turns it into a readathon. And so you can either roll all of your rolls up front or roll as you go, which is what I'm choosing to do this time around. And so I've been rolling in September so far, and I'm just going to be writing down the books that I choose for each roll. I may also write down which spots I land on, but this is kind of just where I'm tracking my rolls for Bookoplathon. I will link Becca's channel and all of the Bookoplathon information down below. I know it's already in progress, but if you're interested in printing off the board and just playing, then you can access it there. I ended up using my brush pen to fill in this border, and I 100% do not recommend doing this. I have a feeling I probably did some damage to my brush pen doing this. I would definitely just use a marker if I were ever to do this again, but I wasn't thinking, so, you know, sometimes that happens. All right, and now we are going on to my posting schedule. This is just my calendar for the month, and then I will write in whenever I post a video. And so, yeah, once again, doing everything with my plastic nib micron pen, and then doing a little bit of a camping scene here, coloring everything in with my Crayola Super Tips, and doing the lettering with that hard tip brush pen once again. Nothing new and different, just kind of doing the basics again. I will say I was very proud of myself. I think this is the first month this year that I actually was able to number the days on the calendar without messing up. So just wanted to pat myself on the back there for that, because, you know, that's a challenge every month. You would not believe how hard it is to number a calendar without skipping numbers. But, you know, such is life. So anyway, I'm just doing this little camping scene, a little tent on the hill with a little bonfire, and then a moon and stars. So really enjoyed the way that this turned out. Alright, and now we're moving on to my growing TBR list. Once again, using the same pens. I drew a little tent here with some trees, just to kind of tie it in with the theme. This is where I write down books that I add to my TBR each month. Not books that I'm purchasing, but just books that I want to be made aware of, and making sure I'm tracking where I'm getting those recommendations from as well. And I really enjoy keeping track of this, so this is where I keep track of that. And of course I can't do a whole month without messing up, so I put author first instead of title. My son got into my whiteout and destroyed it, so I don't have any whiteout, so I just crossed it off, because, you know, that's just the way things are going. Here's my reading log. This is where I track the books that I'm reading each month, as well as my rating, whether it is borrowed or owned, whether I listen to the audio or the physical, the age range of the book, and also if it's a graphic novel or not. And so I just do it in this little chart format. I really like the way that this works out and the visual of it. And so yeah, just a pretty easy setup, easy to keep track of and tally at the end of the month as well. Alright, and then the last thing I needed to do was my little doodle here at the beginning, and I decided to just draw another little campfire because that was my favorite doodle that I did throughout the month's theme. And so just drew a little fire here and colored it in with my super tips. Alright, and here's the final flip through. Like I said, I'll have all of my supplies linked down below, as well as information on Series September and Bookoplathon. And other than that, I hope that you enjoyed watching me put this all together, and I hope that you stick around and subscribe. And until next time, see ya!